Hey everyone, hope you are doing really well. So if you have seen my Twitter or my vlogging channel recently, you will know that I have recently been doing the biggest decluttering spree of my entire life. It's come to a point where I'm just overwhelmed with the amount of stuff I have. I don't think I'm a particularly materialistic person, but I find it really difficult getting rid of things. I'm a self-confessed hoarder. Put my hands up to that. I'm just very sentimental, and putting things in the bin, if it's not rubbish, really makes me feel quite guilty and fills me with anxiety and dread and sadness. For that reason, I have somehow acquired a lot of stuff which I don't particularly need. Can you tell I can't say the word particularly? I can't say it. And it's come to a point in my life now where I seriously want to downsize. I feel very burdened by the amount of stuff I have and own, and I want to halve it. So I'm in the process of kind of trying to minimalise everything I own. So far it's going okay. You might see some of it on my daily vlogging channel. I'll leave some links below. I've done some videos on my main channel here of decluttering makeup. So in this video I'm going to be focusing in on shoes and how I decluttered my shoe collection. I wouldn't say collection because I don't look at them as a collection, I just look at them as shoes that I've got too many of and that I need to get rid of. So if you want to see some of my favourite shoes and some tips on how I decluttered and practically halved my shoe collection, then keep on watching. I also want to say I filmed the cutaways for this video about 5 months ago now, and since then I have halved my shoe collection even more. It still looks a bit excessive at the end of this video, but I can assure you that I've done a lot more since then. So let's get started. My first tip is to lay out all of the shoes you own, every single pair. Even if you love them and you wear them every single day, put them in a pile, lay them out. I found it really helpful to lay them all out on the floor so I could see exactly how many I had, how much this had all got out of hand. I then decided to lay them into categories and piles, if you will. So I laid out all of my boots in a couple of rows, all of my high heels in a couple of rows, and from that I found it really easy to kind of see, oh I love those, or I'm not sure about those, oh those look quite similar, I didn't realise I had so many identical black boots. Stuff like that, just so you can see exactly what you've got, what you need to sort through, and it just puts you in a good headset. As you can see, I had an awful lot. I actually had 74 pairs of shoes lined up in front of me in my bedroom. That is ridiculous. I'm sure you agree. It looks ridiculous. And just for some facts, I started off with 1.5 rows of boots, 4 rows of high heels, 4 rows of high heeled shoes. What? I don't even wear heels that much. And then I had 1.5 rows of flat shoes. Even seeing it like that, like 4 rows, nearly 2 rows of boots. I'm only one girl. I only go out a certain amount of times a week. How many shoes do I need? Once you've done that and you can see exactly what you've got, my second tip is to go through each category one by one and start making some piles. Pick out your favourite ones, put them to one side. But I would also recommend you trying them on as well, because what might have been your favourites a few months ago might have changed. You might not like the style anymore. They might not feel so snug or comfortable anymore because they've been worn a lot. Try them on. Pick out your favourites, try them on. Also, start picking out the ones that you love but you've worn to death a little bit and they're not as pristine as they once were. The ones that are kind of falling apart and the ones that need to go in the bin. Put those into a pile. And finally, pick out the ones you have either never worn or worn once or twice but they're still in great condition, or ones that look quite similar to each other, and put those ones in a pile for potential giving on to charity, friends, or selling. If you do see anything you like in this video, that's probably good news for you, because I'm selling an awful lot of this stuff over on my Depop. I'll put that link down below. This isn't sponsored. I just do really want to get rid of a lot of this stuff. So as I said earlier, try all of the shoes on. This really helped me to kind of work out whether I liked them still, if they suited me at all, if I could maybe work them in with my wardrobe. Some of the ones that I absolutely loved but hadn't worn yet, I decided to place by my front door in order for me to see them more often, so I knew that I had them so that I could wear them more. That was a great tip, definitely do that. And if you have similar pairs, like I had an awful lot of similar pairs, which you will see, try them both on, don't keep more than one pair. So I just wanted to give you some numbers so you could see how well or how terrible I did with my decluttering of my shoes. So I started off with 26 pairs of boots. Ridiculous, although boots are my favourite types of shoes. I wear boots pretty much every single day, and I ended up with 14, so nearly halved my boot collection. I started off with 28 pairs of high heels, ridiculous, and I narrowed it down to 16 pairs. And I started off with 20 pairs of flat shoes and sandals and trainers, and I narrowed those down to 10, so halved those as well. So I started off with 74 pairs of shoes in total, and at the end of my first shoe decluttering process I had 40 pairs. I'm very aware that that's still quite excessive and an awful amount of shoes for just one person, but I can assure you that I have decluttered a lot since then. That was back in August, and my shoe collection has downsized, even though I have added a couple of new purchases to it, as you will see in previous hauls. I have for the most part decreased my collection further. So now I just wanted to include here some clips of my decluttering process. You're going to kind of see my thought process through trying on each pair of shoes and choosing which ones to keep and which ones to get rid of, and you will also see some of my favourite shoes in there as well. These two shoes are very, very similar, but I am actually going to keep both just because these used to be my absolute favourite. I haven't worn them in a really long time. These ones are still in great condition and I need to start wearing them again, so I'm going to add these next to my door so I know to wear them, and I am going to keep these ones as a backup. This isn't getting off to a great start. These are some of the only trainers I ever wear. They are from Next and they're white, kind of like Converse style trainers, and I added these studs to them which I think make them look really unique. The only problem is with these is that I wore them on a zombie run and I've got fake blood on one of the trainers, which is a bit of a fail, but I am going to keep these because they are my kind of go-to running about ones. These are my all-time favourite flat sandals to wear in the summer. They're from New Look last year and I haven't been able to find a pair similar this year, so I'm definitely going to keep hold of these. I do, however, have these which are very, very similar. These are from George at Asda. The only difference is these just have one strap and these have a cross, and these have a nice kind of snakeskin print here. I am going to keep these because I didn't wear them at all this summer because I forgot I had them. That's one problem you'll have when you have too many shoes, so I'm going to keep them for next summer because they're the closest I can find to my favourites. These might possibly be my all-time favourite flat shoes, and they're actually from Primark. They're black kind of flat shoes with little studs on them, and I just love these so much. Definitely going to keep these. I really, really like these shoes from Next, but I've never ever worn them before. I keep holding on to them because I feel like I'll get wear out of them someday, but that day just hasn't come just yet. So I might give these away. What do you guys think? There are some pairs of shoes that I have that are very, very similar, such as a bright green heel. I've got two different pairs of these and I have no idea why. Let's face it, how often am I going to wear a bright mint green high heel? So I might actually get rid of both of these. I can't say I've ever worn them out in public that often. Definitely going to sell these on my Depop because they're in pristine condition with the label on. And these ones are a little bit grubby, so I put them straight in the bin. Same with these two pairs of heels. They're quite similar in the fact that they've got big platform, kind of around the same height, and they've both got some straps on front and around the ankle. I am going to keep these ones. These are one of my favourite pairs of shoes. It's from New Look and I just feel like the quality is really nice. Just looks beautiful around the foot. I really, really love these. So I'm going to keep these ones and sell these ones. They're in great condition, so they can definitely go to a nice loving home. These are from New Look and they're like a nude beige one, and they're surprisingly comfortable. I wore them all night on my birthday and they weren't too bad. I like they've got a little peep toe as well. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep these as my only stiletto type fancy heels. These are a pair of stilettos that I absolutely love but cannot walk in to save my life. I might sell these on my Depop. Another pair of white shoes. I don't know why I have so many of these. They're like proper Essex And I am an Essex girl, I'm not going to lie. I've worn these once to my cousin's hen party. They're really, really comfortable because, again, they've got a massive fat heel and a nice big platform. And as usual, my signature kind of crossover straps and ankle strap as well. I'm really unsure about these. I'm going to try them on and maybe put them in my maybe pile. When a pair of shoes make you feel like an absolute woman, I think these are amazing. Again, they're stilettos, but they're from New Look, and I feel like they're not as high as the others, but I just love them because they make me feel like a proper lady. I'm going to keep them because I think it's nice to have kind of one pair of pointy smart heels. Also have these, again from New Look. I'm really not sure about these. I've never really worn them out much, but they're a little bit higher than the last. I'm tempted to keep them just because they're a little bit different. I think these might go in my maybe pile. These are shoes that I'm definitely going to be selling on my Depop. They're from Carvela by Kurt Geiger, and I've never worn them before. I don't know, I just feel like they're not very me. They've got a nice heel which isn't as stiletto and thin as the others, but they're just very nice and classic. But I am going to be selling them, so if you like the look of these in a size 4, head on over. I've never worn these before. They're from Public Desire, I think, and they're right up my street because they strap me in so my foot's not going to fall out, and they have a massive platform, so they give me loads of height, which is something that I love. I might put these again in my maybe pile. I do really want to downsize, but I don't know, it's good to have a pair of shoes like this. I am absolutely in love with these. I remember getting them from, I think it was John Lewis a couple of years ago. They are massive stiletto boots with a really nice studded detail and nice detail on the ankle bits as well. I've never worn them though because they're just way too tall for me and I cannot walk in stuff like this. But I am going to be selling these on my Depop because I think they were £100 down to like 50 or 40. So they will definitely go to a nice home. Also going to get rid of these boots, 2 different pairs of boots here. One, I think they're both from Boohoo. These are studded and these are nice and kind of flat, but I never wear them. I have pretty much halved my entire shoe collection. Now I have 40 pairs, which is still too many, but I have one for every single occasion I could ever think of, plus a few more as treats. Really happy to be keeping these pair of boots from Zara. I love them. I think they're so unique, and I love the low cutout detail around the ankle. And I'm also obsessed with these kind of lace up shoes from River Island. Again, I've only worn it a couple of times, but I love them. I think they're so unique and beautiful. Adore these strappy boots from New Look. A lot of my shoes are from New Look actually. I think they do really great quality shoes with a lot of different styles. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping these. Are great for the winter. And I love these ones from Misguided. They're kind of suede boots with a wooden platform, which I think is really beautiful. I haven't worn these yet, but I'm looking forward to. And I also want to give mention to these boots from Boohoo. Again, Boohoo are one of my favourite brands for boots and shoes in particular. It has this gorgeous fringe detailing down the side, and it's a peep toe even though it's a boot, and it has a zip there. I just love these so much. I think they're so beautiful and they make me feel like a proper woman. So I really hope you have enjoyed this video. It's been really fun to make actually. I have also filmed my decluttering process of my clothes. Again, that was filmed back in the summer, but if you would like to see that, then please let me know because I can start working on it and editing it for you guys. I'm going to be continuing to declutter lots of my stuff, and you will see that in my daily vlogs, so I'll leave a link to my daily vlogging channel down below. Yeah, I'm like decluttering every single day at the moment. It's taking up a lot of my life, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting more used to the idea of getting rid of things and saying goodbye to things and putting them in the bin or taking them to charity. Yeah, and I already feel a lot freer and a lot lighter, so I'm enjoying the process an awful lot. I would love to be a minimalist. I would absolutely love to own nothing, because I know that I don't need things to make me happy. I know that items do not make me happy. I know that they are not the cause of my happiness. Real love and relationships and friends and family and food are the things that make me happy and joyful. So I've still got a lot of work to do within myself to kind of declutter and minimalised, but I'm getting there and I'm working on it, and maybe by the end of 2017 I will be a new woman with no stuff. And if you guys have any tips that you would like to tell me to help me in my process, then leave me a comment down below. Have a lovely weekend and I will see you soon.